The Solid Waste Management Division relies on a projected rate increase in FY24. The last solid rate increase was in 2009, 14 years ago.
All part of the big budget reveal on Thursday. Fresno Mayor Jerry Dyer rolling out his 2024 spending plan. It comes to $1.8 billion. It's the largest ever for the city, increasing last year's budget rollout by more than $100 million. Public safety, priority number one, hiring more officers, 911 dispatchers, and firefighters. Money for parks under Measure P, increasing by more than 20% compared to last year's budget. Also, the mayor looking to raise the rate on those who pay for garbage bins at their residence. Dyer did not give specifics, but said that the rate has stayed the same since 2009 and added the city's solid waste division is operating in the red at about $3 million. The city council seemingly divided on this, and many of them are running for either re-election or a supervisor seat. So the mayor's big reveal of the budget comes as he once again joined forces with other big city mayors across the state to lobby billions more from the governor to combat homelessness. So we're going to dig in with our panel this week. Let's introduce them. Former Fresno mayor, talk show host of 1550 KXEX, and also Hollywood A-lister and fresh off this new role here with Sly Stallone, I should say, and Tulsa King. Alan Autry joins us now. Also, news director for GV Wire, Bill McEwen. Bill, you got a Hollywood role that we can get a picture of someday soon?
No, they wouldn't even let me on the studio lot.
I don't know,
unless it was to carry a broom and clean up.
I don't know where you got the picture of that old dude. That wasn't me.
I'm pretty sure it was you.
That's just some old dude, man.
Hey, you know what?
We like Bubba's grandpa.
We're just playing.
In there.
Well, let's get to Dyer's budget.
Right.
You know, the trash bin rate hike, it got lost in the whole big budget picture, right? I think
just like they planned.
Just probably like
Exactly.
the mayor planned. No specifics on it. And obviously, council members are kind of split on this. Miguel Arias, Luis Chavez are saying no, we don't want to vote on it. Gary Bredefeld's a no. Mike Carbasi, Tyler Maxwell are probably going to vote in favor of this. You also have $1.7 million to build a pothole team and more dedicated to public safety and parks. What stood out?
Well, this is near and dear to me. If you'll notice, the mayor said the last rate increase was 2009. Mm-hmm. My last year in office was 2008.
Yep.
I got pressured to do this for 8 years. There was no need for this rate increase. They are awash in money. They're just peeing it away. They're not watching, and this is what happens when you get into office and you become a politician instead of a public servant. There's no reason to have that rate increase right now for solid waste, for something that the people have to have done. You know, you got to be very mindful and give very, very good reasons why you're putting a monthly increase, especially with inflation at historic highs, when people are just trying to make ends meet, put food on the table. That's not an exaggeration. People use that analogy a lot. But when you go in and a loaf of bread goes up, 50%, 75% the staples, and then, oh, just by the way, we're going to raise your garbage rates. It's just the wrong thing to do. It's just a political thing to do, and there's no real need for it.
Well, he did mention that the city was operating, at least in their waste management division, $3 million.
Yeah, but who did the analysis on that? Their internal people, of course. Bring somebody in from the outside that's unbiased. Then I might take a look at it, because I've been there. I've seen how the sausage is made. This is bad, stinky sausage, this rate increase.
Stinky sausage, Bill?
Well, I don't think so. I mean, there hasn't been a raise since 2009. You think about everything else that you pay for, how much it's gone up since 2009. I'm going to take the mayor at his word that it's $3 million in the red. And I don't think it's going to be a big increase. I mean, you got a large customer base in the city of Fresno. They can probably make up that $3 million. But the thing that's been left out of this is California has Proposition 218.
Yes.
And so voters basically have to approve this. Now, they don't go to the ballot box and vote yes or no, but they can file a protest card. Also, public hearings are required so people can raise the things the things that Mayor Autry said, they can put the pressure on them, and it has to be approved by the city council.
This
So-
thing should be should be shot dead. You got people in office and, that they never met a tax they didn't like. They never met a rate increase they didn't like. And they go, well, it's only $5 a month. Well, to you, that may not mean much, but times 12 yearly, that's school supplies for your kids. Again, it's not even-handed in the impact that this so-called small raise. And then, by the way, I'll end on this. Just because you haven't had a rate increase since 2009 doesn't mean you have to have a rate increase. That's their logic. We haven't screwed you since 2009. So it's
Okay.
time for to screw you again all these years
So
later.
I'm going to make Mayor Autry, whom I respect, a little uncomfortable.
Okay.
Going back during his term in office, it was
Oh,
decided
here we go.
that
He's going to personalize.
money
It's
had
like
to
old times.
money had to be rebated from the utility divisions, and City Hall got a big chunk of money, and Mayor Autry said, rather than giving rebates to the customers, we could really put this to good use here at City Hall. So at that time,
I don't remember anything about that, Bill.
Oh yeah, you do.
Wow.
I think you just made that up.
No,
Hey,
no.
real quick,
we debated that hammer and tongs.
Well,
Yeah, but rating, you'll notice I was under a lot of pressure to raise these rates. We didn't raise them. The City Hall didn't go broke. In fact, we created a $30 million reserve, close to $30 million reserve when I left
45
office.
million in
And he-
reserve right now
and-
for the city of Fresno.
and his utility-
just to point that out.
And his utility division did send out rebates to the ratepayers.
All right, we got to end it there.
Thank you,
but
William.
guess what? We got a lot to talk about on the second half of this panel. Wait, great start, guys.